What's good, YouTube? It's Mamba back with another NBA 2K26 old gen build video for y'all, man. And look, in this one I got 3 builds for y'all. This is a requested build video. My subscribers said they wanted an all-around build, man, a point guard build between 6'5" and 6'7" that could really do everything, man. Shoot deep threes, athletic, have crazy handles. So I did my best, man. I did my best. You know, I be in the builder cooking up crazy builds, and the reason I'm doing 3 builds is because I wanted to have a 6'5", a 6'6", and a 6'7", so you can have different height ranges in there. The builds are going to be really similar, but they're going to be different heights. They're going to have a couple differences. I'm pretty sure they're going to have a couple different badges just off the top of my head. But either way, man, you can use these builds and you can have them as a template to do whatever you want with them. The builds are going to be nice. They are definitely going to be nice builds. My preference is probably going to be the 6'7" because he is taller. But the 6'5", I ain't going to lie, man, that 6'5" might be the toughest one. So what I'm going to do, man, I'm going to go from the 6'7" down to the 6'6" and then to the 6'5". We're going to leave that for last. So look, I ain't even gonna waste no more of y'all time, man. We're gonna get straight to the video, but before we do, make sure you click that like button, click that subscribe button, click that bell so you can be notified whenever I drop a video, man, and make sure you drop a comment on the video, and let's get to it. So first things first, what you want to do is trust in the Lord Jesus Christ, man. That's the most important thing about this video. Make sure you build a relationship with Jesus. Make sure you build a relationship with God, because nothing else matters more than our relationship with our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. So what you want to do is make him at a point guard. Handiness is not gonna matter, your jersey number not gonna matter, and where you're from is not gonna matter. So like I said, this build is 6'7". I went with the lowest weight at 180, and that's gonna be muy importante for this build, very important. I went with a 6'7" wingspan. I don't know why it says solid right there, because you know we're going define for the longest looking arms. And let's jump into it. So I'm gonna do this video a little bit faster than my other build videos. I ain't gonna just run through it all in depth. I'm gonna just show you what it is, man, and we gonna get through the video with these 3 builds. So in that finishing, man, we got a 62 close shot with a 79 driving lay, with an 81 driving dunk, a little 26 standard dunk. That's gonna give you 16 finishing badges. That is very important. I wanted to go with an 80 driving dunk, but if you just go to an 81, you see we get 1 more badge, and area wizard goes from silver to gold. So with this build right here, man, yes, he is athletic, yes, he can dunk. You can get my favorite dunk packages, and you know what, I'll put my dunk video in the end screen. I'll have it as a card popping up somewhere in this video, man, most likely right here right now. So if you want to know what dunks to put on these builds, click that video, man, check that out. That's gonna help you out. But you see what you're able to get, man. Most important things, you're getting Pro Touch on Hall of Fame, you're getting Acrobat on silver, Giant Slayer on gold, Posterizer on bronze. You know, I wish I could get it on silver, but it's just not gonna be looking as good of a build if you get it on silver. But Limitless, Fearless Finisher, and Slithery all on silver for you, man. So you're really gonna be able to cook with this build. You're really gonna be able to finish at an elite level. So let's go ahead and keep it moving down to that shooting. So in the shooting, we're gonna have a 75 mid-range with an 89 3 ball and a little 65 free throw. You know, who cares about that? But that's gonna give you 22 shooting badges on this build, man. You see all that Hall of Fame on there, all that gold on there. Only thing that's silver is Dead Eye and Limitless Range. Now I know the request was to be able to shoot deep threes. You'll need a 92 3-point to be able to get it on gold with Limitless Range. And if you get a gold Limitless Range, you just I mean, the finishing was gonna have to be bad, or the defense was gonna have to be bad, because once again, the request was an all-around build. So that means I gotta have some defense in there, and I can't just put a little bit of defense. I gotta go to work in there. So that's what I did, man. I went with that 89 so I could make sure I get Limitless on silver at least, but you get Agent 3s on gold, you get Blinders on gold. I mean, you see what you're getting out there on gold on Hall of Fame. Media Magician is on gold. That's great. That's what I did with that, man. You're gonna be able to get great jump shots since you got that 89 3 ball. Like this build, it's gonna be nice. And then since I do have that high shooting, the Takeover is gonna help you out getting those deep threes. So let's keep it moving to that playmaking, man. So in that playmaking, you see we got a 71 pass accuracy with an 86 ball handle and an 80 speed with ball. Now this playmaking is what was really tricking me up. I had to try this a lot of different times. What I had to come up with was this right here. So I had to go with that 71 pass accuracy so that when I go to my takeovers, I won't get the playmaking takeover, because I did not want the playmaking takeover on this build. Now if you want the playmaking takeover, if you play with teammates, you go to the rec, this and that, and you feel free to go up higher. I was going to a 75 and that'll get you 21 playmaking badges, but I was like, you know, I need my takeovers to be set up the way I need them to, the way I want them to. So I dropped it back down to that 71. That 86 ball handle, now I wanted it to be higher. I wanted it to be at a 92. 91 is what it maxes out at. Yeah, with the 6.7, yeah. That's why I did that, because with the 6.7 you can't go to the 92 anyway. So with the 86 you're able to get all my favorite SIGs. I mean, I was cooking up with my 6.8 build with the SIGs that I was able to get. You're getting that gold quick first step, gold hyperdrive, clamp breaker, killer combos, that's on silver, but that's still gonna be really good for you. Ankle breakers on Hall of Fame, so you definitely still gonna be able to cook up out there, especially if you know how to dribble, man, and you got some good SIGs. But if you don't have no good SIGs, I'll put my dribble SIGs video up there in the top right corner, man, another card for y'all. I'll put it at the end of the video too, at the end screen. And then with the speed with ball, you don't really need it up that high, but I was keeping it around 75, 76, but if you put it to an 80, you get that 20th badge. So that's what I wanted to do right there, man. That's why I did what I did, and now we can keep it moving to that defense. Now this defense, I think, is the most unique part of the build, man. You see I got a 61 interior with an 89 perimeter, a 78 steal, a 63 block, and a 50 defensive rebound. Now normally I wouldn't care to really put up my rebound on my interior at all, but when you put them at those thresholds, you go up another badge. So I went ahead and did that and got 17 badges, man. So I had to get that 63 block so I could get chased down on silver. That's really just the always go-to badge for me, always go-to threshold for me, so I can be able to try to get some chase downs out there, because silver chase down is really good on this game. Gold challenger, you're gonna need that to be able to play some good defense, be able to get your hand up and stop folks from just shooting over you. Clamps on silver, you know, I wanted to go to a 92, but whenever I was trying to get to a 92, it's just not gonna be looking as good. It's not as balanced, it's not as good. I went ahead and went with that 89 for that. Steals is one of those things that you don't have to get steals, man. If you play good defense and use your challenger on gold and just be disciplined out there, you know, you got minutes on gold too. That's gonna help to drop your opponent's attributes a little bit. If you just play good defense, man, you really don't need to get steals, but you do have interceptor on silver, so you can get in them passing lanes and get some steals, man. So that's why I did what I did there, man. 17 badges there. That's really gonna help you out. And if you got your extra badges from your rebirth, from playing the seasons, getting to level 40 and beating the rivals as well, then you can add some badges and you can do a lot with this build, man. I got it set up pretty well for y'all to just add some extra badges and be able to get everything that you need. But other than that, we can keep it moving to these physicals and finish out this build. So we got an 83 speed with a 75 acceleration, a 39 strength, a 61 vertical, and an 89 stamina. Man, I always say stamina. I gotta get back on my game of saying stamina, man. So the biggest thing about this build that was really making me frustrated, because I knew I wanted to try to make them athletic, but if I'm going all around, if I'm giving you good defense, if I'm giving you good ball handling, if I'm giving you deep threes, and I want to give you the dunk ability to be able to dunk, then this is all I can really do, man. With the 83 speed and 75 acceleration, I couldn't increase the vertical at all. That 61 is just what it goes to when you put your drive and dunk to an 81. But of course, on the bright side, when you got Gym Rat, all of your physicals going up by 4. So at that point, you're going to have an 87 speed with a 79 acceleration. Who cares about the strength? You'll have a 65 vertical and a 93 stamina. I would definitely recommend running Gatorade, because that's going to let you be able to dribble longer. That's going to give you more stamina. You see what the build is. You see what it's looking like, man. 16 finishing badges, 22 shooting, 20 playmaking, and 17 defense. Now we can go ahead and see what the shades are going to be. Oh, we do got to go through the takeovers. What I really wanted to do on this build to make him athletic, I wanted to make sure you can get that finishing takeover so you can catch bodies out there, even though we don't have the contact dunks, but just wait, because that 6'6" and that 6'5" gonna get even better with that. But either way, you can still finish well. You can still, you know, shoot off the dribble, shoot them fades. You got your limitless range, you got your spot up position, you got your spot up precision, and you got your defensive takeovers as well, man. Your clamps, your enhanced jump shot contest, all that. That's all the funnest takeovers to use, man. That's all the funnest takeovers to use. So let's go ahead and see what this build is called. Drew Holiday, Tyrese Halliburton, and DeJounte Murray up there. And we made a 3-and-D point. So I'm probably not even gonna go through the shades on this next build. I'm gonna just show you how the build is, show you the takeovers, and we're just gonna jump straight to the third build. That is that, man. That's the 6'7" right there. Let's go ahead and jump into the 6'6". So on the 6'6", it's just a little different, man. For one, I went 230 pounds, which is the max weight. I could have went the lowest weight, but what I was doing with this build, going to the lowest weight wasn't gonna change anything of how I was doing my attributes. So I just went ahead and went max weight just to have a little bulkier point guard build out there. 6'10" wingspan, which is also muy importante, very important. So to get started with this finishing, so we're gonna have a 62 close shot with an 81 driving layup this time and an 81 driving dunk, little 26 standing dunk, and that's also gonna give us 17 badges. So it's gonna be set up the same way, just with a couple different attributes. I mean, even if I go down a little bit, oh, actually with this build you get Giant Slayer on Hall of Fame this time, so that's even better. And you get an extra badge. As we get through the build, you'll see how I was able to do that, but you know, I don't really have to go into depth on this. We've already talked about it, so let's keep it moving to that shooting. And in the shooting, we're gonna have a 76 mid-range. That's gonna give us 22 badges right there, with an 89 3 ball once again, and a little 67 free throw. And you see, it's all the same badges. Nothing has changed. Nothing is better. Nothing is worse. It's all the same. So it's the same exact reasoning behind everything. I tried my best, and you see with this build, you actually max out with the 89. So I was like, if I'm gonna go with the 89, I'm just gonna have my wingspan to make sure I get to that 89, and we're gonna rock out like that. So let's keep it moving down to that playmaking. Once again, 71 pass accuracy, 86 ball handle with an 80 speed with ball. Everything is the same. Nothing has changed except for Unpluckable. I'm pretty sure Unpluckable and Bailout changed the tiers that they were in, but there's two badges that, I mean, you're probably not gonna really worry about running anyway. I do recommend Unpluckable. It does help, but it's not a end all be all, especially if you know how to dribble and you're not just letting folks get the bump steals on you and this and that. That is that. And now let's get to the defense. So on the defense, once again, we got 17 badges. It's a little bit different with the 54 interior, 88 perimeter, 79 steal, 63 block again, with a 43 defensive rebound this time. Still was able to get 17 badges out there. All the same requirements, all the same thought process going into it. So that's that. And now we can go ahead and get to these physicals, man. We can finish off this build. Now this time we got an 84 speed, 75 acceleration again. Yeah, 75 acceleration again, 38 strength, 61 vertical again, 89 stamina. Gym rat still applies here. I mean, it's basically the same build. It's just at a 6'6" max weight. You see what the takeover is gonna be, man. All the same takeovers. The build is gonna be a 3-and-D point again. So let's keep it moving on to the 6'5". So once again, went 6'5", 230 pounds. So that's the max weight, because like I said, that wasn't gonna affect anything with what I planned on doing. So in this build with the finishing, it's a lot different. This is why I said this build would probably be the best one. We got contact dunks on this 6'5", man. It's all around build with that 87 driving dunk, 76 driving layup, 51 close shot, and a little 32 standard dunk. 16 badges once again, but now we got posterizer on silver, limitless takeoff is on gold. Pro Touch and Giant Slayer both on gold. It's not Hall of Fame, but hey, gold is really good still. And I mean, you mainly gonna be wanting to dunk with this build anyway. So you see, it's already starting off well. Let's get to that shooting. Let's see what's different about the shooting. So in the shooting, we got a 74 mid-range. Of course, the same 3 ball with the 89, a little 69 free throw. 22 shooting badges. Once again, everything is all the same. Nothing really to talk about here. Let's keep it moving to the playmaking. So in the playmaking, this is another reason why I said it's probably gonna be the best one, because we got got a 92 ball handle this time. 92 ball handle that's gonna give us even better dribble sigs. That's gonna give us clamp breaker and killer combos on gold. Hyperdrive is on Hall of Fame now. Unpluckable is on gold. Still got 21 badges because we got that 71 pass accuracy, which once again was important to make sure we don't get the playmaking takeover. 76 ball handle. If you drop it down anymore, you're gonna lose that 21 badge. If you bring it up to a 79, you get 22 badges. But for this video, we're gonna keep it at that 76 with that 21 badges. So now you see it's looking even better. Now let's get to that defense, because I promise you we still got some defense on this build. So this time, to get 17 defensive badges, we didn't really have to do much with the defensive rebound and interior. Just kept both of them at a 43. Still got the 88 perimeter defense with the 79 steals, 63 block. Everything is essentially the same. If you go down to that 87, you still have 17 badges, but then you lose that challenger on gold. So let's go ahead and get to these physicals, man. Let's finish off this build. So you see very similar physicals on this build. 84 speed, 73 acceleration, 42 strength. It's stronger than the other builds. A 67 vertical, 88 stamina. You know, go ahead and get your gym rat. Increase those physicals by 4, man. Maximize the build. So you see what this is. This version of the 6'5" with 16 finishing badges, 22 shooting, 21 playmaking, and 17 defense. And this build actually does have a different name to it. You see the takeovers. Let's see what the shades are. Kenny Smith, De'Aaron Fox, who just stunk it up in the finals, and Tyrese Halliburton. And what did we make 2K? A two-way floor spacing slasher. This is a more comp build name than the 3-and-D point, but that 3-and-D point is a little bit more rare. And you still, you still going crazy with that 3-and-D point. But this build, you got the contact dunk. So I think this build is the funner build, the better build to really go out there and hoop with. But hey, whatever y'all think, man, drop a comment on the video. Let me know which one of these builds you think is the best out of the 6'7", the 6'6", and the 6'5". Drop a like on the video if you like the video, man. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, man. Let's keep growing this channel, man. Y'all have been subscribing so much lately. I know it's been a lot of people from the current gen community, but I feel like I still am obligated to show a little bit of love to my old gen folks, since that is where I started off playing. And there's not too much, there's really not too much content on YouTube for the old gen players, man. So I'ma still step my foot in there, you know, dip my toe in the water here and there, so I can give y'all a little bit of content. But like I said before, I'm not gonna be playing this game, so you're not gonna see any part content, but I can give you builds. I do know VC methods, I do know jump shots, I do know dribble sigs, I do know dunks, so I can still give you that. But other than that, man, I will catch y'all in the next video. I'm out.